Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So it's been a while because I have just been crazy busy. Like for the past week, I just haven't really had time to do anything aside from work and, well, rest and maintain a house, be a wife, and stuff like that. So yeah, how's everyone doing? Okay, so good evening in the Philippines. How was the weekend? How are you all doing over there? By the way, belated happy birthday to Mom France. I forgot. I didn't know that it's her birthday as well last September. She's one of the people who really support me in this channel, so I really appreciate that. And my high school friend Jelly also tells me that she actually watches it, so happy birthday to her as well. Well, belated. Ross, hello, I thought I missed the last one last week. No. Okay, I have a confession to make. I was supposed to do a live stream last week, but Saturday night, you know, Saturday night was a time to relax. I drank a little too much. I woke up, but I had a headache, and I was like, I can't do this. So I just did do it and rested. So that's what happened. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, such is life. We gotta do what we gotta do. But yeah, I'm back today with the topic: things I am glad I did before getting married. So before I start, I want to say that I know that everyone's life is different and we all deal with different things. So these are just my personal experiences and my own lessons, and these are the things that I am glad I was able to do, or I was able to achieve or do before I settled down. So this is just my learning experiences. I got married pretty late. I was actually ready. Hi, Bash. Yeah, hi, Sam. I was actually ready to, be single. But then I met my husband, so that's great. Anyway, but as I have mentioned in one of my previous live streams, I've always been a serial monogamist. And then before I met my husband, I was just like, I'm done with relationships. So I wasn't really looking for, I don't know, like, I didn't think I'll be married at this point. So I was just enjoying being me and being independent. And I would have to thank my friends for that. Sam was being one of them, because we would just always just, enjoy our life. Because, yeah, he pushed me to just like, hey, you have a wonderful life and just enjoy it. So he's one of those people who's just like, oh, you gotta be happy on your own before you cannot find your happiness somewhere else. You have to create your own happiness. And whenever I feel down, I'll just message him and like, hey, let's meet up. So I really miss those coffee dates with him. So along the live stream, if you have some inputs, just chat it away. And yeah, okay, the first thing that I am glad I did before getting married, and I think is the most important one, because it actually led to me doing the other things, if that makes sense. So the first one that I'm glad I did when I was single was to finish college. Finish college, and with that is to establish a career. Each culture, each country is different, and I recognize that. But I grew up in the Philippines, and in my circle, or in the community where I grew up in, after you finish elementary school, you go to high school, and then you go directly to college. That's just how life has been. That's the life I knew. And I know that here in the US it could be different, and other cultures may be different. Like after high school, they take a break and decide what they want to do in their lives. But sad to say, being a Filipino, we sometimes don't have a choice of what we want to do with our lives. Like right after college, everyone I know right after high school or graduating high school, everyone I know went straight to college. It's just like the way it is over there. So if it's different in your culture or country where you're from, then that's you. So after high school, I went to college, and a lot of Filipinos, one of the rules that your parents will have is you cannot really date or be in a relationship when you're still studying. I don't know if that just me. I don't think it's just me. I think I know a lot of people whose parents are like that. But I'm not saying it's everyone, because I do have friends whose parents are like open to their kids having, relationships. But yeah, it's like common for parents to say, hey, you're studying, focus on it, and nah, no to boyfriends or relationships. But of course, knowing me, I still dated, and I was still, in a relationship and stuff like that. But yeah, the thing is, marriage and just dating is like, they're two different worlds to me, or maybe just in my culture or my upbringing. So what to me, I see dating as just, just getting to know each other and stuff like that. And I know my priorities. Like, yeah, I was dating, but I know my priorities was, finish my school, get good grades, though pharmacy did not really allow that. My grades were okay. I'm a normal human being in the university back then, because, well, I was doing so many things as well. So yeah, I am glad that I actually graduated. I have a college degree and I have a career before I settled down, because as supportive and understanding and wonderful my husband is, now that I'm here and I have to pretty much do things all over again here in the United States, it really is just different. It's difficult. So I admire people who actually, are married and are studying now, and and trying to finish college or med school or whatever. Like, to me, I'm just like, yeah, well, I'm going through it. It's like, it's difficult. So when I was young, not so long ago, I'm glad that I finished my studies, because right now, being here in the US and being a wife and being me, when the house is a mess, I cannot study. I have to clean up first. And I married my husband, so I want to spend time with him more than studying. And that is just different, because back when I was in college, I was never a model girlfriend. All of my previous relationships or guys I dated would always complain about me not having enough time and whatever. But, well, they're not here now. But yeah, it's really difficult to maintain a marriage and try to build a career, and at the same time, or finish college. And I guess, to me, I am just glad that I was able to, finish college and get or build myself a career before I married my husband, because it led to so many things. So yeah, but here I am again, trying to build a career, but at least I have finished school. But it's still difficult, so yeah, I'm so glad, though, that I was able to do that before, because I know that, hey, I want a career and I want this because I have experienced it and I will not have it any other way. You know what I mean? Justin, hi, finally I made it to the live. Low. Yep. And welcome, friend. Everybody who's been watching my live streams would know you. Okay, right? We're so glad we finished college. We survived it. Yeah, barely made it out alive, but it made us stronger, a little bitter, but life is life. Okay, second thing I am glad I did before getting married is to travel alone. I mean, in and out of the country. Oops. Yes, Jess. Traveling is something I really enjoy doing. So if you're still single now, of course, coronavirus will not allow us to travel right now. But when the world is somehow back to normal, less than 100 days till 20 or 100 days till 2020 finish, let's hope we can travel again. Anyway, I miss traveling. But yeah, the second thing that I'm glad I did before getting married was to travel alone outside the country. Because uh, when I say travel alone, I mean independently using your own money. And I was able to do that for quite a number of times because, as I have mentioned in number one, I had a career, I was working, I have my own money. And I think that being able to do that before getting married is one of the best thing I did to myself, because it gave me that sense of freedom and independence, that is just different. It will make you feel that, it made me feel at least that if I can do this on my own, travel in a country where I don't know their language, because the first out of the country I went to on my own was Korea. Okay, I went to South Korea on my own. I'll talk about that in a while. Where people don't really, well, some would speak English, but it's Korean. So, and I don't speak Korean. And unlike my friend Jazz and my other friends who can read Korean letters, I can't. Jazz said was it Jazz who said it's easy? Yeah, Jazz said it's easy. I'm just lazy. But yeah, so going there on my own made me feel that if I can do this, I can do anything on my own. So because I was able to travel so much on my own back then, like I have had my share of being on my own and doing my own thing. Now that I'm married, I very much appreciate traveling with my husband. And every single time we travel, I look forward to it because it's totally different, having someone to travel with and being able, when I was traveling on my own and now having someone to travel with, it's just different. So yeah, so the first, how about you? Any one of you who have traveled on their own, what do you think about it? Like, I've traveled a lot on my own inside the Philippines because of my work, which may be different because you work. Hello, Aichu. I think I got number 2 from Aichu. Aichu planned a travel alone. I think in one of our girl get together, we talk about it, and I'm like, yeah, I think I should travel on my own. Ross, having someone to take your picture is different. Definitely. Yeah. Oh yeah, Aichu went to Bali on her own. Eat, pray, travel. Yes, Gabby. Yes, Ross, that's the good thing about having my husband. I have pictures. It's not just all selfie. Okay. Anyway, so the first out of the country travel I did on my own was Korea, and it wasn't meant to be. It wasn't supposed to be a solo travel. Wala lang, char. Gabi. Okay, it wasn't supposed to be a solo travel. I have this history of, pampering the people I love. So I booked a ticket to South Korea, not North. Okay. I booked a ticket to South Korea for 2 because I used to like winter. Not anymore because it just gets so cold. You can't go anywhere. Just stay at home now. But I used to like snow. So I was like, I want to go to South Korea. And when I was younger, I've always wanted a winter proposal. I make things happen. I know what I want and I make things happen. So I booked a ticket for some. I paid for the ticket. So okay, I booked us tickets to Korea because I want a winter proposal with snow. Bakit ba? Value di ba? May pera ako, bakit ba? Di buko ako ng ticket. Make it happen, di ba? But then, God made a way that it's not meant to be. So, that relationship did not work out, and I don't want to waste the plane ticket. Mainly because I paid for two people. Baliw, no? Diba? I paid double. I paid the two plane tickets. I'm going. I'm going alone. And oh, and another thing, I think what happened was, I don't know if you have watched my video about US Embassy versus the Philippine passport. That was the time that I got denied the first US visa, tourist visa. So I was like, ayaw niyo akong bigyan ng tourist visa, fine, and go somewhere else. Babe, I'll translate in English. Basically what I said was, oh, you don't want to give me a US tourist visa, then I'm gonna go travel somewhere else who will give me a tourist visa. It's somehow my way of boosting my self-confidence again, or self-esteem. So after I got rejected or got denied a US tourist visa, I got myself South Korea tourist visa. That was actually my second trip to Korea alone. So it's not meant to be alone, but I did it anyway. So I was there, of course, and all the tickets or the travel documents, they're for two people. It's annoying though because they always ask for the person you're supposed to be with. I'm like, no, walang forever, besh. Wala na. Finish na. Tapos na. Okay, it's me. I'm on my own. I'm traveling alone. Which, I mean, was a great experience because Hi, Tomas! Thanks for tuning in. Thank you, Aichu. I'm sure na-push ka ni Aichu. So, I went to Korea. The flight was at night. I didn't worry much because I remember Aichu saying before that, she mentioned some of the countries that are safe to travel on your own as a woman. And I know that Aichu traveled to Bali, and I was thinking, I think she mentioned Korea is one of the safe ones. And I wasn't worried about traveling alone because because I've been to Korea before, so I kind of know what to do. Justin, oh, I never asked, did you get him a visa too? No, I did not. Luckily, yes. Tomas, kala ko NBA live. Joke lang, haha. NBA season na ba? Wala akong balita. Babe, Jonathan, is it NBA season yet? I have no idea. Justin M. Yay. I miss you. I miss my friends. Okay. Anyway, so I got there midnight. OMG, it's difficult because unlike the Philippines where almost all Filipinos can speak English, if not good English, at least they understand a little bit of English. Korea, back then when I traveled, not a lot of people can really speak English. And I can't read Korean letters. I should have. Justin, maybe you would have had to sponsor him. Yeah, probably that was the reason. Because for those who do not know, to get a South Korean tourist visa, you actually need to show a bank statement. I forgot how much money I had back then, but yeah, I probably would have done that. Okay, anyway, so I got there midnight. I don't know how I survived, but I survived. And it was a last minute, yeah, I'm going. So Jazz is also like that. We don't look at hotels or place to stay until the last minute because we're crammers. I was able to book a hostel. Yeah, I stayed at a hostel because I was traveling alone. And one of the tips if you're traveling alone is, especially in places where, it's relatively developed countries and nice, you could stay in a hostel so to meet people. Jonathan says hello to all. So I stayed at a hostel in Myeongdong area in Seoul. I stayed in all women's. Of course, I got an all women's room. Uy, bait ko. It pray love talaga ang peg ko, no? Okay. So, and then I met actually a Chinese girl and I think she's Turkish or Russian girl. Those were my roommates back then. So it's fun. It's actually a good way of meeting people. Until now, actually, I follow them on Instagram, so, and we follow each other on Instagram. So it's a good way of expanding your network. Travel alone, but before you do that, try to search for the safe places to go and do the necessary precautions as you would do, like, traveling elsewhere. But I would definitely advise traveling on your own, and not only on your own, with your girls or your friends, because it's different when y'all are married. Like, I would definitely love to travel with my friends again, but hey, I'm here in the US with my husband. So, and if we're gonna travel again, it's probably with Aichu, Tomas, Jonathan, and me, Gabby with Justin with Sam with so yeah, when everybody else is not yet married, go ahead, travel with your friends, explore the world after the coronavirus is over. Hopefully 2021 comes and everything is just a dream. Okay, that's my number 2. Travel alone before getting married, and then travel with your friends, which I think a lot of people, millennials and Gen Z, are actually doing. And third one is build a solid network of dependable friends. Obviously, I love my friends so much. Napaka-obvious that even if we're thousands of miles away, I know that I can depend on them for whatever. Like, hello, they're here right now, yay! And while you're still single and not married, it's easier to actually invest in friendships, because you don't really have to consider another person. Like, when Jazz, Aichu, Gabby, Jan, Sam, when we met, I mean, some of us are in relationships. I was in a relationship, but I was still very much my own person. I am living on my, I am my own, so I'm just considering what I think. But when you're married, you guys would go on double dates. Like, hi, that's what we do now. So that's how we meet friends now. It's double date. So you're just not considering one person. You're considering two people and your opinions about each other and stuff like that. So single people, while you are, connect with others who are good for your well-being and spend as much time as you can with them, because once you're married, it's just difficult to start building that kind of friendship relationship, because it just is. So yeah, definitely the third thing that you have to do while you're still single is network. Someone once said your network is your net worth. So, it's good to be connected with people who are good for your mental health, for your emotional health, and even for your financial health. Well, financial health. I'm not saying like you'll be like, leeching off them. What I mean is, if you're surrounded by people who are driven with, the same financial goals, living a comfortable life and wanting this and that, it's easier to, be on that path as well. But if you're surrounded with people who just waste their money, do whatever, get lazy, like, what do you expect, to make out of yourself? So, yeah, my group of friends, like, we're all very different, but I think one thing that we all have in common will be, like, we, like, comfortable life. We want to achieve a comfortable life, and because of that, like, we work hard, and yeah. But I think the best people when it comes to finances would be, wag magsaselos, friends, but we all know that they are Aichu, Jen, and Fro. They're good at money. Jazz is good with money, kaso you're too kuripot with yourself. But I'm so proud of you. You've kind of changed. Well, Gabby, I love Gabby because she supports me. I support her. We enable each other. Yeah, I true Freud are the good ones when it comes to investment and stuff. So, well, I'm glad I got my husband. My husband takes care of that thing. I do the saving, kunwari. And he takes care of what to do with our retirement plan and our investment plans. But yeah, Definitely, guys. Number three, surround yourself with people who are good for you in all aspect. You know, while you're single, build that network. Yes, it's cool to party. We party. My friends and I party, right? Kahit Sprite lang ang iniinom ni Justin Mariano. We party. Justin M. It's true. It's okay to party. It's okay to have fun. My friends and I do that. I mean, if you look at my, Facebook, Instagram, you see that I used to party a lot. But we have our priorities and we try to manage. Gabji, we are bad for each other financially. Thank you, Just, Chu, Jen, and Fro. Yep. Yeah, Gabby and Sam and Nina are bad for my financial. I love you, friends. But when I want to buy something and I'm not sure which one I want to buy, I would usually message them because they would just say, "Oh, that looks great. Go buy it." Well, my husband is very supportive with the things I buy. So, well, I just realized hindi pala ako ganun kagastos. Nung nakilala ko siya, mas magastos siya. Jonathan, I simply said, you spend more money than me. You buy more stuff than me. That's what I just said in Filipino. Okay, anyway, that's the third one. Fourth one, depending on which country you're in, this may be difficult to do or easier to do. If you're in the United States, I'm sure it's easier to do. Like, a lot of people, once they're 18 or go to college, they move out, never to return home. No, just kidding. They move out of their parents' house, go to college, and then live on their own. You see, where I'm from, in the Philippines, that's not the case. We like staying together. So everybody lives with each other, and that's how our culture is. It's nothing weird for Filipinos, which here they find weird. But that's how it is there. And in my case, number 4, I am glad I lived independently before getting married. What do I mean by that? I mean living on my own, paying my own bills, doing everything alone, because it actually gives you a good sense of it gave me a good sense of what I really wanted in life. I mean, I was put in that situation, that not because I wanted to, but because it had to happen. Okay, so as I've mentioned, in the Philippines, it's not normal to like, oh, I'm moving out while you're single. People usually just move out of their parents' home once they're married, and sometimes even when you're married, you stay with your, family, which people find okay. So in my situation, my sister got married, so she moved out, and my family had to go to the United States, so there was really no choice but for me to live on my own. But yeah, basically in the Philippines, for my US viewers, we all stay together. We may move out but when we go to college, but a lot of us would go back home after, and that's how the family structure is. I mean, it is evolving, but that's how it has been for a long time. And yeah, in my case, since I was put in that situation where my family left me, they left me in the Philippines. Okay, my family had to go to the United States, and my sister is married and living with her family. I have to actually live on my own. And I know that this might be difficult to do for, people in the Philippines because the family structure is just different. I'm glad I actually had this opportunity because initially it was difficult. Gabby knows that. We have to Google a lot of stuff, like Google how to iron clothes. I had to Google how to use a washing machine. What are the things that I had to learn? Yeah, yeah. how to clean a fridge, and just those minor things that I never really thought of when I was living with my family, because I was just working and that's it. I don't really have to take care of anything. But because of that, initially it was difficult because we like being around people, and it's difficult to be on your own. But after I get the hang of it, it just gives you so much wisdom. Yeah, wisdom. And I learned to establish my own identity, like knowing how I want things before becoming someone's life partner. Because you see, when you're living with your family, there are a lot of things that you just take for granted or not even think about. You don't think about if there's sugar, if there's coffee. You don't think about if there's like water, or you don't think about the electric bill or stuff like that, because you're living with your family. Somebody else is taking care of it for you. But once you start living on your own, you take care of the electric bill, you take care of internet bill, you take care of rent, you take care of washing the dishes, cooking, everything. You take care of everything for yourself, and you learn how you want or like things. Before, you don't really have the option, because hey, it's your parents' place or someone else's place. It's like, you don't have a say about it. But if it's your own place, like, you decide what you want. You buy what you want and stuff like that, which helped when I got married, because like, I would tell my husband, this is how I want things. Like, we have our certain stuff that we have our pet peeves. Like, he would have to tell me because I wouldn't know. But there are some things that are non-negotiable to me. Like, I hate a messy house. I get grumpy. I like a clean house, because that's how I maintain it when I was living on my own. But it's just how it is. Gabby, I just realized I'm ready na pala to take care of people. Can I get my jowa now? Joke, not joke. Hi guys, anyone who's watching this that is single and looking and ready to mingle. Gabby is such a wonderful person. She's the most adorable person. I'll sell my friend real quick. If you need a jowa who can take great Instagrammable pictures and will travel with you and can drive. OMG. That's Gabby. Oh, she got great art skills as well. Oh, and she lets you live life to the fullest because she lives YOLO. But she also has a master's degree. Yes. From Leeds. Okay, Justin, she cooks so well. Oh yeah, Gabby can cook anything with really Instagrammable pictures. Free barista skills. Yep, she makes really good alcohol with mixes. So, Gabby, hoy, balik na tayo sa topic. So guys, just follow her on Instagram. Hanapin niyo po siya. Look for her in my friends. Or Gab, you can type now where they can find you or your number. Just kidding. If you need advice for public health, she has a master's degree in public health. Like, right. Tama ba ako? Please correct me, Gabby, if I'm wrong. She lived in the UK for like a year, so maybe she has a little bit of a British accent right now. Sexy. Ross, free friend. Ross, should I sell you as well? Or you're dating or what? I have no idea. Oh, okay. Selling my friends. Babe, move the microphone back a little. Like that, babe. Okay, good. Jowa ko. Anyway. Ross said she's good. Okay, no, I'm good. Yeah, so should I sell Jazz as well? Jazz, do you want to mingle now? Yeah, Jazz is a very, very wonderful person as well. She'll take care of your money because she takes care of money really well. A little more backwards. Do I speak too loud? Is there an echo? That one? That? Oh, she loves to travel. Jazz will put you first before herself always. That's true. Okay, but there's a disclaimer here. If you're interested in Jazz, please don't get offended if she replies after 5 business days because that's Jazz. So yeah, it's normal. Haha, Justin live selling pala to. Yes, actually, biglang live selling pala yung nangyari, no? uh, yeah, just takes care of people. She likes traveling. She has really good artist skills as well. She has read a lot of books and watched a lot of movies, so the conversation will never be boring. She has a different personality when she's drunk, just like Gabby. Gabby gives away money when she's drunk. So, you might have to watch out for that if you're dating her. Like, she gives money to people like, oh, Kuya is working so hard, let's give him money. Oh, those days. Okay, anyway. Guys, how about you? What are the things you're glad you did before getting Aichu? Tomas, the married people here, Jonathan, okay, and everyone else watching is like, married. What are the things that you're glad you did when you were single? Because it's just different or more difficult to do now that, you're in a relation or in a marriage, okay? And for single people watching this, what of the things I have mentioned have you already done? And what are the things that you're glad you're doing or you'll probably do? Or yeah, like just what have you learned from this? Okay, so just feel free to chat about that. Along we're almost done. I only have like actually 5 in my list. Okay, all the 4 are like, just living your life to the fullest, as you can see, like, getting educated, building a career, traveling alone with friends, building a good network, and living on your own. So basically, that's just like, just being the best version of you that you can be while single. Okay? The last one that I got on my list that I'm glad happened or I did while I was, before getting married was getting my heart broken. Yes, shit. I am actually glad that happened because, as they say, what doesn't kill you make you stronger or, wiser. And all the past heartbreaks made me become a better person, and all the failed relationships actually made me realize what I really want and what I really need in a relationship. Because we all have different needs. What my top needs are may not be your top needs, and I have learned to recognize and, not feel bad about them. And I'm pretty glad that I've gone through, well, with some I'm glad, with some I'm not. Okay, but I'm glad, like, those relationships were, learning experiences for me. So, yeah, having a past bad, good relationship is, kind of helps you become a better partner as well, because you learn from your mistakes. I mean, I wasn't perfect. I am not perfect, and I will never be perfect, but each mistake or failure or whatever you want to call it actually makes you a, better person, right? So guys, kayo, what are the things that you are quite glad you did when you were still single? And what are the things that you wish you did? And again, if you are single, which of these things have you done? And what things do you still want to do before getting married? Well, there's nothing much you really can do because almost, I've heard it's back to lockdown in the Philippines or something like that. Yeah, okay. Anyway, feel free to live, well, after the live stream, feel free to comment if you're watching this later on. And yeah, selling all my single friends, Ross. I've traveled alone before pero sponsored as a perpetual student. It's fun pero parang it's more exciting if with your significant other. Trust. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's different when you, but I mean, it's still great, right, Ross, when you traveled on your own before? Like, did you enjoy it? Like, it's a totally different experience. And again, traveling on your own with your own money, like without any without any budget na paghahalatan. I I'm bad with making or planning a budget, especially when I was single. I think I'm better now because someone has to do it, right, babe? So that's me in this marriage. But when I was single, I don't have a budget when I travel for leisure. My friends know that. Like, that's why I like traveling with Jazz and Gab and I too, and because they set the budget. What is money? Only paper. True experience. Yeah. Yeah, it's nice to like travel and not think of things, and we'll get there again. Well, right now I'm the one budgeting, so yeah, that's one thing that uh I'm glad I did. And when people ask me how much I spent on a trip, I don't know. I don't keep track. If I'm traveling with my friends, we ask Jess how much we have spent already. She is the accountant of the group. Yes, accountant. Yeah, she's good with tracking a lot of things. Okay, so yeah, guys, thank you very much for tuning in today. Do not forget to like, subscribe, comment, share this live stream because it will be available later on. And also comment about the things that you're glad you did before getting married, or if you're single, which of this have you already done or planning on doing. And yeah, have a good night in the Philippines, good morning in the United States. We're gonna have, well, I'll probably nap again. and, and have lunch later with our friends, Maria and Joey. See, it's always a double date now. Because, oh no, I have an upcoming girlfriend date on Monday. I'm meeting up with someone here in the United States. But yeah, it's more difficult. So yeah, single people, go expand, explore, build your network. Your network is your network. Shut up. Okay, so thank you very much, guys. And if you're somewhere where it's afternoon, I think if you're in the Middle East, it's afternoon there. Good afternoon. And I'll see you again next time. If you have any topics that you want us to talk about, or you want me to talk about, or us, because you can, chat with me, just feel free to comment it. And yeah, I'll see you guys again next time. Bye.